my mom asked me what job I dream of having, I had to stop her, not disrespectfully, but honestly. I don't dream of working for other people. I dream of my money working for me. And before anyone gets defensive, this ain't no anti job thing. I'm not saying quit your job. This ain't an anti complacency rant. What I'm saying is that I noticed that in that very moment, that the woman that even raised me, her mindset was that the job is what brings her stability. That's what she dreamt of. Now that's okay, but where does that leave us? What does that leave us? Most of us spend about 8, maybe 9 hours on the job, right? And that's not evil, that's just reality. I get it. I work a job too, right? But it never made sense to me that people work the job, come home, and then stop. Yes, I get that you're tired. But how don't you have energy for yourself that you force for others? See, when you're on that job, you're working towards somebody else's dream. So if you can invest 8 hours into somebody else's dream or to somebody else's legacy, if you will, I think 4 hours should be the minimal. I think 4 hours is doable by all to make sure that you're invested in yourself, in your dream, in your wants. Now, I'm not saying that has to be monetary. That investment could be getting up, spending time with your children before they go to school. That investment could be getting up early, maybe an hour early, investing in your health, going to go work out. What I'm trying to get you to understand what the question of what 4 hour means to me, and not even 4 hours, just making sure I take time out of my day to work towards my dream, especially if I just spent time on working on somebody else's. And it doesn't mean like you're starting a business. It just means that you're improving and you essentially just want to get better, right? Let's see. What's some things I could say? Like, say you're somebody that, I don't know, works at a department store, J.C. Penney, Sears, Home Depot. It don't matter. One of the big box stores. Nothing wrong with that, right? But when you're working at these places, when you come home, what do you want to do? Are you working towards that, or are you only using the time that you're at that establishment to go to where they project that you want to go? Now, if you want to be the manager of a big box store, hey, by all means, I'm gonna congratulate you. I'm gonna push you all the way. But if it's not, you should be working diligently to get to wherever you're trying to go, right? Now let's think about this. It took me 30 years to get to the realization that I am to today. And no, I didn't just have an epiphany. I've known this for about, I say, 5 to 7 years now, right? Nobody taught me this. It just didn't make sense, and I never understood the concept of working for somebody else for the rest of your life. I have great work ethic, but I just don't see myself as a great employee because at the end of the day, I'm always using this as a tool to move me closer to my goal, which is outside of this corporation or this establishment. I wasn't really lazy. I was just on autopilot. I knew, hey, this is what I had to do. That's where my work ethic came from because I'm not really here for this. I'm trying to get this in and get this out the way. I don't have time to be lazy. I'm trying to maximize on this so I can just go. This is how I run all the time. This is how you should be running all the time. If you're number one within your business, No, if you're number one within somebody else's business, if you're the employee of the month, you should be running laps around other businesses, because that means that you have the work ethic. That means that you'll go above and beyond. That means that you'll be recognized. So if your employer is recognizing you, are you saying that others, the masses, won't? If you're able to bring in income for that establishment, how can you tell me that you're not able to do it yourself? And once again, it doesn't have to be business. But how can you force yourself to get up in the morning to go to work, but you can't force yourself to get up in the morning to make sure your health is in check? How can you speed to work to make sure you're not late so you're able to bring in that income, and then come home and not speed to a task that's going to make sure you don't have to do that again? What's the end game, right? Now, once again, there's no blame. I'm not better than anybody. This is just a mind frame that I've always thought. And like I said, when she asked me that question, it opened my eyes that it's not her fault. That's what she saw as like security almost. Get a stable job. She knows not going anywhere. Be able to provide for her family. And she did that. She did dang good too. But I really had to stop and let her know that's not my dream, and I don't see that as the American way, if you will, the American dream. What I had to tell her is that I have to at least try it rather than going to my grave saying that I didn't. And I think you should too. Then this is my humble opinion. I'm just a guy. I'm no better than you. All I'm saying is that I know freedom is there, whether it be financial, whether it be time. Freedom is out there. It has the ability to be acquired, where you're not tied down to going into somewhere, where you're not tied down to reporting to someone. It's out there. But the only way you're going to get it is if you're working on it outside the time that you're working for somebody else. Health is out there. But the only time you're going to achieve that if you're working on it outside the time that you're working for somebody else. They're not going to want you to be working out on their time. They're not going to be wanting you to be focusing on your kids on their time. They want you to be there. They want you to be present. So just remember that. Now, I'm not telling you to work 20 hours a day on what you have to do inside your home. That would be great. Hey, that's a hustle mentality. You got to put that time in. What I'm telling you is to stop giving 100% to everybody else but yourself. That's essentially what I'm saying. If you're going to put in 100%, if you're going to be the number one, make sure you're doing it for yourself as well. But like I said, I'm not here to tell you what to do, I'm just